Welcome to March 2024, the beginning of the astrological new year. We are ending a karmic soul cycle. We are stepping into Aries season, a brand new beginning, a new life chapter for many of you. And the biggest hotspot of the month is the lunar eclipse that we're going to have on March 25th, where we are moving through a portal into a new destiny. And we have not been here for 18 and a half years. That's the last time that the nodes of the moon were in Aries and Libra, and that North Node in Aries is saying it's time to be reborn, it's time to say yes, it's time to boldly and confidently step into our future. So my beautiful friend, this video has two parts. In part one, I'm going to share with you the transits of March 2024, the hot spots, the key dates, and how we can work with this energy with the most ease and grace. Consider this part one of your individual 12 sign readings. And then in part two, I will be sharing with you where in your natal astrology chart you will be experiencing this destiny-driven Aries season based on your rising sign. Listen to your sun sign as well, because that is how your ego, personality, your life force is moving through these March portals of energy. And your moon sign is how you may experience the March astrology emotionally and in your relationships. And I will also, as always, be pulling an oracle card for each of the 12 signs. I love the magic that comes through the cards. But before I dive deeper, I want to say hello and welcome. If you are new to me, I'm so glad you have found my channel. If you're looking to feel empowered through the astrology and you want to find your like-minded tribe, you're in the right place. Be sure and subscribe and tap the notification bell so you don't miss a video. And hello and welcome back to my beautiful friends who've been watching my videos. I'm so grateful for you. And if you're watching Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Pacific time, hi to my Sunday chat friends. Everyone is warmly welcome to join us at this time. Sundays, 9 a.m. Pacific time is when my videos generally go live, and we all gather together in the chat to support one another. I'm Betsy Gutting. I am a psychic astrologer as well as an intuitive life coach and the author of the book, The Magic of Saying Yes, Answering Your Heart's True Calling. In my videos, as well as my professional astrology consultations, I weave together divine downloads, spiritual principles, and Western tropical astrology. I absolutely love reading for you individually, one-on-one, over Zoom. So if you'd like a private astrology consultation, stay tuned to the end of the video. I'll tell you a little bit more about my readings and services and how you can book a session. And just so you know, I write about the astrology every week through my inspirational astrology updates. So if you'd like to get that direct to your inbox, go to my website, subscribe for free, and you will also get a free instant download gift from me as well. Stay tuned to the end of the video. I'll tell you more about that gift and how you can get it. Joseph Campbell said, "We must be willing to let go of the life that we planned so as to have the life that is waiting for us." So my question for you, my beautiful friend, is, are you ready to step into a new life, the life that is waiting for you? Because this is Aries season, this year in particular, with the nodes of the moon in Aries and Libra. The North Node being destiny-driven, calling you forward into a brand new place where you have not been before. This is a stretch and a reach. This is a learning curve. This is us saying yes to a heart's desire that we may not feel completely 100%. We can master, we can succeed at. But that is the whole reason that our soul is pulling us forward. On this quest, on this hero's journey, this is a hero's journey chapter that we are about to step into. But before Aries season begins on March 19th, we are in a phase of clearing, of letting go, of releasing an old soul cycle, a karmic soul cycle. And you may say, I've already done that, and a lot of us have, but there may be little tiny shreds or little bits of latent emotions that we have yet to clear that we will be doing between now, the beginning of March, and March 19th when the sun enters Aries. Between March 1st and March 19th, when we're doing this clearing, we have 4 planets plus the sun in Pisces. That is 5 planetary bodies in Pisces. And Pisces is about washing away, letting go, releasing, surrendering, with compassion, with self-love, with forgiveness for ourselves and for others, letting go of the past. This is the predominant theme of the beginning of March, the first 2.5 weeks of March. So we're preparing right now, if you're watching this video between March 3rd and March 19th, we are preparing now. We are releasing, we are shedding a skin. We're preparing to step into this new self, a new identity. So I'm going to give you some key dates of this first part of March when we are going through this cosmic car wash, if you will. But before I get into those dates, I wanted to let you know this is a time to be extra gentle with yourself. This is a time to let what needs to go, go. What is leaving your life, leave. And this takes acceptance. I understand this is not easy to do. It's not easy for our egos to let something go, even if it's no longer right for us. By now, you will know what you're letting go of, what isn't right for you. You will know, but that doesn't mean it's easy to do. And I pulled 2 cards from the Motherpeace tarot deck for all of us, for our collective reading, part 1 of this video. I pulled 2 cards, one for this March 1st to March 19th period before the sun enters Aries, and the second one is once we get into Aries season and once we have the eclipse. And the first card is so telling to me. It is a baby. It is a little baby on the rug. And there's a fire burning in the background. And to me, this is about taking care of our inner child. It is brand new beginnings. It is the Ace of Discs after all. Discs are pentacles. They are our money. They're our physical body. They are our comforts. So we are very much thinking this whole month of March, we are in this energy of our physical reality. But the first part of March until we get to Aries season is about treating yourself with the tender, loving care that you would a tiny baby. And for a lot of us, this is the time that we are releasing an old self, a conditioned self, giving ourselves that extra TLC and doing the inner child work that is preparing us as we move into Aries season. So my friend, with 5 planetary bodies in Pisces energy, what could you be feeling these first 2.5 weeks of March? You could be feeling like I am ready to be done with something. You could be feeling confused, knowing that it's time to make a change, but you're not yet sure what steps you're taking. You could be feeling nervous and scared and afraid to take a risk to go out of your comfort zone. That would be very natural right now. Pisces themes, feeling defeated, rejected, lackful, confused, self-doubt, not fully owning your gifts or talents, low confidence. You could be feeling trust issues. You could be questioning, what is my life purpose right now? Where am I to go? Where should I move if you want to move? What job should I look for? What new career is really calling to me? What do I need to learn? And any of these themes could be coming up for you around relationships. This is all exactly where we are meant to be. I really want to affirm this right now. This is where we are meant to be right now. We are not meant to be in this moment in our full, confident, brand new rebirth self. If you are, beautiful. I'm very happy for you. But if you feel like you're not quite there yet, then you are right on time. This is the time to be consciously observing where you are right now, what emotions are coming up for you, working with those emotions, processing them, clearing them, giving your fears a voice, releasing your past, releasing any old disempowering story. Knowing that we are headed for a rebirthing time, knowing that we are going into eclipse season, and eclipses pick us up and they move us, they put us down where we are meant to be, whether it is our home, whether it is a relationship, career, finances, health, any of these things, any key areas of our life. But if we want that new life, if we want a new chapter, we have to be willing to let the old life go. Now, for those of you who are feel fully in your power right now, you are already in the new timeline, as we say, because we are going into a new consciousness with this astrological new year and with Aries season and with this eclipse season. We are stepping into a brand new soul cycle, which is a new timeline. Another way of saying it is that we are stepping into that next greatest version of our most alive vision of who we came here to be. We are stepping into the next level of our soul's evolution. And we have done an immense amount of emotional growth and soul evolution. And this is a beautiful time to pause and congratulate yourself. Give yourself a hug. Give yourself an atta girl, an atta boy for having come this far, because You could really feel like you're between timelines. I know I've been really feeling this lately, and if you've been feeling it too, leave me a comment. I would love to hear. I have really been feeling like I have shifted in my consciousness, but my life hasn't caught up to that yet, which is really natural. It takes time, you know, the 3D earthly reality, so to speak, it takes time for that to catch up with our new consciousness. So if you feel like you're in a tunnel, if you feel like you're in a void where you're like, I've already, you know, I've set the boundaries, I have cut the cords to relationships, things, situations, jobs, etc., that aren't in alignment with me. I've done all of that. I feel new again, and yet maybe you don't feel ready yet. You're not ready to take that risk that we're being called to take with the North Node in Aries. Very possibly you're not ready for that yet, or you're just a little bit nervous about stepping into the next thing, or you're confused or not clear about it. If you're there, I just want to validate that that would be very natural right now, and that it can take time for us to build up the courage even to go to that new place. Pisces energy is so beautiful. All these planets in Pisces, so supportive of us working with our spiritual guides, of us calling on help from and what's coming through right now is ancestors too. Any beings, spiritual beings of the light that are in the invisible realms, calling on them for support in our healing and our releasing. And when I was feeling into this energy, I felt a tightness in the left side of my body, in the heart area. So some of you may resonate with that. If you don't, you know, only take what resonates for you. Or you could be feeling this through the crown chakra. There's crown chakra. I feel like there's a shift of belief systems that is wanting us to come on board with. And so pulling down the unconditional loving light of the divine, and I like to envision it as the violet flame kind of light, pulling this down into your crown and letting that move all the way through your body, letting it swirl around your body can be really helpful. And some of you may want professional support for this clearing work. I do that with my coaching clients, just so you know. This is a beautiful time to get support. This is a beautiful time. While we are en route, we are literally in the tunnel going toward the eclipse portal while we're here. And really in truth, we are already in the eclipse portal. And the reason I say that is because that portal really begins 6 weeks before our first eclipse. And we're about 3 weeks away right now from the first eclipse. And as we do this clearing work, we're going to feel more light. We're going to have new realizations coming in. We are going to more and more feel like we're in our power and we're ready with our boldness and our confidence and our courage to create the next chapter. Okay, so I want to give you some key dates. And when I was looking at the dates of the astrology transits of March, what I noticed is that there are really 4 clusters of dates that are key, that feel like energetic portals in and of themselves. So we're going to call them 4 portals. And there are 2 before Aries season, and there are 2 that begin with Aries season. So the first 2 are when we're still in this releasing, letting go phase. And the first one is March 8th to March 11th. This is the Pisces new moon portal. And I have a separate video for you on the March 10th new moon with readings for all 12 signs. So definitely watch that if you haven't yet. But 2 days before the new moon, we're going to have Mercury and Neptune come together, conjoin in Pisces. And Mercury is the divine messenger. It's new information coming in. It's divine downloads. It's us really being sparked in our thinking and being inspired. And together with Neptune, which is the highest octave of love, Neptune is the visionary energy. Neptune is fantasy and dreaming, and it's our ideal. So new information, divine downloads about the ideal, about the vision. This could be a clarification for you. You could feel like, okay, I finally see what my vision is, what I'm going toward. Not the best day to sign a contract or an agreement or to commit to something long lasting for yourself, but a really great day to make a vision board, have conversations with other people about what you most want. Beautiful energy for that. And the next day on March 9th, Mercury will enter Aries, and this will feel like a real energetic shift for us. Why? Because Mercury does rule our thinking. It is our sort of everyday, inner voice, that narrative that is directing us, do this, go do this, write your list, all of these things. That's Mercury energy. It is also the inspiration that we can receive. It's leaving Pisces, going into Aries in Pisces, it's more dreamy and it moves more slowly. It is the ocean after all. And in Aries, things pick up, our thinking picks up. We feel more confident in our thinking. We feel more bold. You could receive some divine guidance during this time that you want to take action on that really lights you up. And this is the day before the new moon in Pisces. Also on the same day, and this is a big day, my friend, I should have said that first. March 9th is a really big day energetically because in addition to what I just described to you, Mercury moving into Aries, we also have electrical energy with Mars in Aquarius squaring Uranus. So this is an electrical energy. I feel like this day we're going to be like, ooh, we really have to ground our energy on March 9th. But this could be something that comes in unexpectedly. Uranus is, especially with the squares, often a jolt or a surprise. And you could just find yourself taking some sort of action that you weren't planning on that day. It could be either inspired action, you could feel pushed by a new something exciting, or it could be a last straw moment. And there's even one more aspect on this March 9th day. I'm telling you, this is a really big day. I'm really interested to see how this plays out. Also on this day, the sun will make a sextile to Uranus. So not only do we have Mars squaring Uranus, but we also have the sun sextiling Uranus. And I know I said Uranus and then Uranus. I don't know why I do that. I just do that. That's just the way it comes out. So sun sextiling Uranus is a new opportunity or a solution. The sun is your identity. It is your life force, making a positive aspect to this electrical planet of flashes of insight. You could get an epiphany or a breakthrough. I really feel like this is breakthrough energy. I feel like a lot of us are going to have, maybe there's a breakdown that comes with the Mars square Uranus, and then there's a breakthrough with the sun sextiling Uranus. But either way, this could be a consciousness shift. This could feel like a spiritual awakening. This could feel like, I get it now. I am ascending. I am going to the next level of my awareness, which would be really beautiful. And the next day, what beautiful preparation for the next day, which is the new moon in Pisces. So we are perfectly set up. You can't make this stuff up. We are perfectly set up by the planets to move into this gorgeous new moon in Pisces, which, as I said, I have a separate video for you on. I will link to that in the description box below. And as I said in that video, the new moon in Pisces video, this is a new timeline. This is the new consciousness. So as I'm looking at this little portal, new moon portal, March 8th, 9th, and 10th, we are being gorgeously ushered in to a brand new vision. And this is why I don't want you to stress if you don't yet know when you're watching this video, if you're watching it before the new moon, if you don't yet know what that new vision is for you, what it exactly looks like, this energy is going to help us to get there. It's not easy to release a karmic soul cycle, and it often takes time to feel like you're in your new self, your new identity, your new timeline. And as I say that, there's construction, hammering and pounding going on in the background. So we are under construction. On March 11th, the day after the new moon, this is also really beautiful, Venus enters Pisces. Venus is exalted in Pisces. It's a sweet energy. It's compassionate. It's very loving. It's very forgiving. It's beautiful for intimacy, beautiful for relationships, beautiful for your own self-love. So that's the new moon portal, March 8th to 11th. Then March 16th to the 18th is the second portal. And this is when we're going to have the sun coming together with Neptune at 27 degrees. What this feels to me like energetically is we are being prepared once again to step into that new identity, that new vision, that new ideal, and that even for you, it could be an ideal in your life wherever you have Pisces in your chart, but it could also be what you consider to be your future self. But to do that, we have to let go of an old self, right? And because this is 27 degrees, which reduces to a 9, which is endings, it's the end of a cycle, this is going to be felt, I think, by us by, yes, maybe a glimpse of that new vision, but also it's going to be felt as a part of us is leaving. A conditioned self is we're dropping the cloak. We're dropping the cloak of an old self and letting it go, letting it wash down the river. The Sun conjunct Neptune, which we will very likely feel over this 3-day period, seeing with brand new eyes, a breakthrough, a crown chakra, or a heart healing, miracle mindset, beginning to get glimpses, if not the full picture, beginning to get glimpses of that vision that you are stepping into for Aries season, my friend. And the next day, after this 3-day portal, the next day, it's Aries season. Let's get the trumpets going here. It's Aries season, March 19th. This is not only the beginning of the astrological new year, it is the equinox, and it is when the sun will be at 0 degrees of Aries. 0 degrees, everything is possible. It is wholeness. It is what does your heart want most? It is all possibilities, and it's rebirth. And this is a new identity. When I say rebirth, I mean a new identity. I am are the most powerful words in the English language. I am, you fill in the blank, whatever that is for you, whether it's a role or a feeling state or a quality that you want to embody. The sun entering Aries and the equinox is the perfect time for us to be planting the seeds of intention for that new role, feeling state, quality that we are choosing to embody going forward. And interestingly, this is also when we are entering the Mercury retrograde shadow, which means that we are going to have the month of April, or at least the first 3 weeks of April, to fully integrate this new rebirthed identity. And I wanted to share with you the card that I pulled for Aries season when the sun enters Aries, the equinox portal. And the card, very different from that first card, the baby, the ace of discs. This one is the daughter of discs, and check out her energy. She is now on a vision quest. She is now connecting with earth energy. She has a staff in her hand. She has a clear vision. She's getting intuitive guidance straight to her third eye, and she is in a sacred circle, and she is determining now, she's intuiting now where she is to go next. So you can see the difference between that baby self energy, the first part of the month of March, and the second part of the month of March, where she is out in the world, she's independent, she's working with her guides, she is receiving everything she needs. She's confident, she's bold, she's courageous. She is doing it, my friend. She is saying yes. So just 2 days after the equinox and the Aries season, 0 degrees, sun at 0 degrees portal, just 2 days after that, Venus and Saturn come together in Pisces. And this is significant because anytime you have 2 planets coming together, especially a planet coming together with an outer planet, and it's Saturn, we're solidifying something. We're putting something foundational underneath our heart's desire. Venus, our heart's desire, our money, our beauty, our pleasure, our comfort, what our heart wants most. Saturn is coming together with Venus saying, okay, I will support you in this. I will support you in building this. And that very same day, Pluto in Aquarius, remember Pluto's in Aquarius at 1 degree, this brand new beginnings, new degree. Pluto in Aquarius is making a sextile to the sun in Aries. The sun being our identity, Pluto in Aquarius being transformational. Something may come to light for you during this time. You're most likely going to feel an amplification of personal power, of passion. Pluto in Aquarius pulling us forward toward our future self. And with this happening on the same day that Venus and Saturn are coming together, solidifying something, this feels very strengthening to me. It's amazing to me how the planets are working together to really support us in birthing a new self. I'm just blown away by this. And one day later, Mars, the planet of action, of our drive and motivation, our just do it self, enters a new sign. It leaves Aquarius and enters Pisces, and Pisces is that dreamy, visionary, what is my ideal? So Mars then is saying, let me help you bring your ideal forward. Let me help you to get clear. If you're still not clear, let me help you to get clear on your new ideal. So what this feels like to me is us acting on our soul's guidance. And this isn't coming from the intellect. It's not coming from a thinking mind. It's coming from our feeling state. It's coming from the sensations in our body, from divine downloads. It's coming from time spent in nature, especially in water or being near water. It's coming from a very deep place inside of us, a deep soul's knowing. Now, the last astrological event of March is the eclipse portal. So you can see, I hope that you can see from everything that I shared with you leading up to this March 25th full moon lunar eclipse in Libra, which is a south node eclipse. It's an endings eclipse. It's a releasing and letting go. I hope that you can see from what I have shared with you leading up to this date, how we've been prepared, supported by the planets, supported by all of these other little portals. We've been prepared for this March 25th eclipse, which I hope will help to ease your mind, to make you realize that we are being supported and helped and prepared as we go. This lunar eclipse in Libra is relationship focused because Libra is ruled by Venus. It's a relationship sign and it's about committed partnerships. So these are any partnerships in your life, whether personal or professional, that support you, that are anchors for your life. It's at 5 degrees 7 minutes of Libra. So those of you who have planets or points between 0 and 10 degrees of Libra or the other cardinal signs of Aries, Cancer, or Capricorn, you're going to feel this eclipse most personally and intensely. But because it's an eclipse, especially, we're all going to feel this collectively. We're all going to feel this to a certain degree in our relationships. And I will be doing a separate video for you on this eclipse, so I'm not going to go much more in depth, but I will say that this eclipse is making a trine to Pluto. Making a trine to Pluto means that there's an easeful way in which we are transforming. We are more easily releasing, but we are very clear. The truth has been seen. We have seen the light. We have seen a truth that we can't unsee. With Pluto, you can't go back to the way things were before. I don't think this is going to be anything new or surprising. I think you're going to know where you're letting go of something in your life. And this is, as I said, it's a South Node eclipse. When I do the 12 sign readings, I'm going to tell you where the South Node is in your chart. So you will know where this eclipse is, although I will do a separate video for you with 12 sign readings on that. But in one area of your life, you are releasing something. And in another area of your life, which I'm also going to speak to in the 12 sign readings, you are saying yes to something. You are following your Dharma. You are following your North Star. This is the North Node in Aries. This lunar eclipse in Libra was jump-started with a solar eclipse in Libra, October of 2023, mid-October of 2023. So I encourage you to look back to October of 2023 and think about what was going on for you then? What were you thinking about? Was there anything that happened for you during that solar eclipse that had you make a decision perhaps about this area of your life? For me, it happened in my 4th house of home. We had a hurricane here in Puerto Vallarta, and it was a category, I think, 4 hurricane. Now I'm forgetting if it was 4 or 5, but it was pretty intense. It was an unusual hurricane in Puerto Vallarta because we have the Bay of Banderas here that usually protects us. We don't usually get harsh effects from hurricanes here, but this time it did sort of a weird, twisty thing. And we lost power for a short period of time. But what we felt even more was the loss of water. We didn't have water for 5 days. And I was very fortunate because I had bottled a lot of water before the hurricane happened. A lot of us did that. So we had water for doing dishes and so forth. And I had enough drinking water to get through that 5 days. And I was able to do all of my client sessions, no problem. Power went out here and there, but I always had power for my client Zoom meetings, which of course is very, very important to me. So you may think back to what happened for you during that October solar eclipse, and this lunar eclipse is going to be another opportunity to check in with, are you happy with this area of your life? What do you need to let go of or release? Now, eclipses always come in pairs, so we're going to have another eclipse, a solar eclipse, a new beginnings, North Node eclipse, destiny-driven on April 8th, and that eclipse will be in Aries, and I will be doing a separate video for you on that eclipse, but I wanted to give you a heads up on it now. Okay, so let's do the 12 sign readings now. Listen to the reading for your rising sign. This is the area of life in which you will be experiencing Aries season. Also listen for your sun sign. This is how your ego, personality, life force energy will be experiencing the energy, and your moon sign is how you may experience it. And I'm talking about Aries season, March 19th to the end of March through that eclipse portal, how you may experience it in your emotions and in your relationships. So let's start with Aries. Hello, beautiful Aries, and happy birthday to all of you early born Aries. This is going to be quite an Aries season for you because this is the first eclipse, as I spoke about in part 1 of this video. This is the first eclipse with the nodes of the moon on the Aries Libra axis, and we haven't had the nodes of the moon here for 18.5 years. So this is a big new life chapter for most of you. And where the sun will be is in your house of identity, your house of the self, the I am, where you are declaring a new quality of what you want to embody in your life going forward, Aries, or you are stepping into a brand new role. And this could be a family role, or a role in friendship, or in your social groups, or in your career. So it can be any new role, but what's key about it is there's an increase in self-esteem. There's an increase in knowing who you are. This is a new timeline. This is a new consciousness, and you are stepping into it, embodying it. You are beginning to embody it. Some of you may go on a vision quest. Some of you could go on a literal vision quest where, like the card that I just showed, you are out in the desert, or you go to the forest, or you go on a retreat. You do something where you are awakening to a new aspect of your soul. Very possible that you will wake up to a new part of you that you have not been aware of, that's been dormant, that's been sitting on a shelf, that is now ready, because astrology shows us the timing of things, right? There's divine timing here of your readiness to step into a brand new role, a new self. And so some of you may change your appearance, you may change your look, and this is also where you could start a new business. So it could be a role as a business owner. It can be any role at all. It will be different for all of you because this is a general reading. Where you're releasing and letting go, the Libra area of your chart, that is your 7th house. So some of you Aries friends are going to have a relationship ending, or you're ending a way of being in relationship. You're ending a pattern. You're aware, have been aware of, and you are finally releasing, cutting the cords to maybe fears about being in partnership. And again, partnership is either professional or personal. It's not just marriage. It's not just personal commitments to other people. It's also professional commitments. It's also clients. But that's where you're letting go of something. This is where you're really shifting. And this could be because you've realized, Aries, that you needed to set stronger boundaries. You needed to love yourself more in relationships. This is all coming from a place of you honoring, respecting, and loving yourself in relationships and putting it into practice, into action in your partnerships. So Aries, let's pull a card for you and see what the cards have to say. So your first house is where you're having a rebirth, and where you're feeling driven forward. You're being pulled by your soul, by your destiny, into a new identity, a new role, a new you, Aries. Okay, so let's pull a card for you now. Aries. Aries, your card is Healing Chaos. I love this card. I love this card because it says the chaos is over. If you have been in what has felt like a metaphorical tornado, it is over. The worst is over, Aries. You are healing it now. You are stepping into a brand new you. You're stepping into a brand new life. So anything that you could be fearful about stepping into, or afraid of taking a risk because you've been through it, you've been through something really difficult for some of you, anything that you may be fearing, work with those fears, release those fears, because you're in a period of healing and you are not going to go back to that old life, to that old self, to that old chapter. It's healing now. So if this is validating for you, Aries, leave me a comment. I would love to hear. Okay, Pisces. Hello, beautiful Pisces. Pisces, you are experiencing a rebirth, a brand new beginning. The North Node of Aries, of destiny, is pulling you forward into a new chapter, a new self, a new life. in your second house of material security. Pisces, have you been very focused with the North Node here? I'm guessing the astrology says you've been very focused on your material security. You've been very focused on the income that you earn, whether it's from a job or multiple jobs or a side gig or part-time business and a job, whatever it is, it's the money that you earn. Your values have shifted. Your sense of self-esteem and self-love, self-worth has changed, Pisces. You've been getting a lot of positive energy from Jupiter and Taurus. Also, Uranus in Taurus has maybe shaken things up a little bit, but you've been getting positive energy from both Uranus and Jupiter in Taurus, sextile energy. And now with this North Node getting activated, the North and South Node getting activated during eclipse season, you could easily feel like, I'm now going to make a real change. Maybe you haven't made it up to this point. Some of you probably have already made the change, but this is around your material possessions. So buying or selling things, getting a new job, increasing your income, applying for something that you wouldn't have applied for before because you do have this higher sense of self-worth now. And where you are ending, and some of you could be like buying a new house or something that to you is symbolic in some way of your new sense of worthiness. It's a life upgrade. Let's call it a life upgrade because that's what it is, but a life upgrade in a very tangible, material way that supports your comfort and security. In Pisces, where the South Node is saying time to release, and this Libra lunar eclipse is going to have you end or release something, especially if you're one of the ones most personally affected by the eclipse, is your 8th house of partnerships and shared resources. Also your intimacy, both emotional and physically, sexual intimacy. So this is where you're releasing something. Now it doesn't have to be, I'm letting go of my relationship in which I share money, time, or energy with another person. But it could be that you are letting go of a pattern or a behavior, or you're bringing in new boundaries here because you're knowing that something has to shift here. Something's got to give here. It's a something got to give kind of eclipse for sure. And so you're rebalancing your energy here. There's a rebalance. And this is also your investments, your loans, taxes, any other kinds of money, things where we receive money from institutions as a return on our investments, or where we are basically invested with others in some way. This is the house of power. The house of power and control is where you are letting something go or shifting your way of being around shared money and partnership. So Pisces, let's see what the cards have to say for you. Beautiful Pisces. Your card is fulfillment. Fulfillment. I love this card. The full moon to me represents the eclipse energy, the lunar eclipse. And with this big juicy peach here, it tells me that you are headed for fulfillment. And interesting, because the second house where the North Node is, where you're being pulled forward by your destiny, is material security. And this is a very earthly energy, a big juicy peach. Your life is going to get more juicy, Pisces. Spend time in nature. Eat healthful foods. Do what is good for you. On this full moon, if you let go of something that brings up any emotions for you, this full moon lunar eclipse, if it brings up emotions for you that are difficult, let them all wash away. And you're good at this, Pisces. You're good at the good cry. You're good at releasing energy. Let it all wash away because you're stepping into a new fulfillment. And if you want to claim, Pisces, this new sense of fulfillment, claim it in the comments below. Aquarius, beautiful Aquarius. How's it going with Pluto in Aquarius for you? A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. Aquarius, no one to tell you no or where to go or say you're only dreaming, because Aquarius, we are stepping into a whole new dream, a whole new chapter of life with Aries season. And the beautiful thing about Aries season for your Aquarius energy is that that fire of Aries is really beautifully harmonious to you, and it lights the fire underneath you. Are you ready to have the fire lit? Where you're going to have the fire lit underneath you and where the North Node is pulling you forward in your destiny is in the house of communication and writing, where you are speaking, you're writing, you're expressing yourself, also where you're networking with other people. And this house is sometimes has to do with your devices and your vehicles as well. It's the house of movement. This is the house of our local environment where we are moving energy, where it's the moving and shaking house. We're making things happen right in our neighborhood environment. So it is your neighbors, cousins, aunts, uncles, extended family as well. With the North Node here, this is saying, are you happy in this location or in any location in which you do business with others or where you work out and so on? Are you happy? Because if you're not, this is the time to level it up. We're leveling up where the North Node is and where we're releasing. And this, so before I get into releasing, this is your mindset as well. So it is your communication where you could be writing something new, new project, new writing project, new website, new blog, but also where you could be presenting, teaching, publishing something. This is, like I said, it's where you're moving and shaking, where you're getting everything going or continuing up leveling. And so communication really takes center stage with you, Aquarius. I would be surprised if you didn't have a lot of new communications, new information, new solidifying new social connections during Aries season. Where you're releasing and letting go of something is the opposite house, and that is new horizons, adventure, long distance travel, publishing. You could be, and yes, I said publishing for third house too. It can be either. But where you're releasing and letting go, to me, this is going to be most likely in your mindset, your belief system, your philosophy, your spirituality. It's religion for some of you. Letting go of an old way of thinking that doesn't support you. Some of you, though, if you do live in a foreign place or you are interacting with people of other cultures, or you're doing stuff around visas and immigration requirements, some of you are going to have a release or a letting go here. Something may be culminating for you here. You could have been living abroad and that's culminating for you. You could have gone on like a 3-month digital nomad kind of excursion and that's ending for you. Or you could have a manifestation in this area. Something could be coming to fruition for you here. But because it's South Node, it's losing its juice for you. It's losing how it fulfills you. That is diminishing returns in this 9th house area. You could also be graduating from a school program, from a higher level education program, or from a metaphysical learning program. So that's the South Node. That's where the South Node is saying, is there any behavior, belief, a way of doing things, place that you've been that's abroad that you're wrapping up? Okay, Aquarius. So much energy here. I'm feeling the energy intensely. I'm shuffling for you, and I'm going to pull a card for you. Aquarius. Aquarius. Your card is openness. Yes. And look, this is your card, Aquarius. Look at the galactic connections. When I look at this card, I see connections. Something is connecting for you. Something, the dots are getting connected. You see all the dots in the, I'm spacing out on the word. I think you're getting new divine downloads. That's what I think is happening. I think you're getting an insight, an epiphany, an awakening. Something is coming through, and very likely it could be happening since this is a full moon during the lunar eclipse. Something is coming through for you, Aquarius, that is lighting you up. You're getting a new illumination. Stay open. Be open. Work with your divine guides. Be open to what is coming through for you. If this resonates for you, leave me a comment. Let me know. I would love to hear. But I really feel that the clouds are clearing. The fog is clearing. And you, Aquarius, are lighting up. You're lighting up. You're sharing your light more than you ever have before, Aquarius. You're shining brightly. Claim your shine in the comments below. Okay, Capricorns. Hello, beautiful Capricorn. Capricorn, you are one of the ones who are going to feel this intensely because it's happening on the angles of your chart. Specifically, you are having Aries season in your fourth house. And the fourth house is what we call the IC. It's the nadir. It is the lowest point in our chart. And it's home, family. It's our roots. It's a sense of belonging that we want. And our childhood conditioning. So this is where the North Node of Destiny is, and most likely that has had you focused on family. You have been focused on family. You've been focused on your internal self. You've been doing inner child healing, some of you. You have been asking yourself, perhaps, where would I feel most like I belong? Where do I want to live? Some of you with the North Node here could move during this transit. Others of you are adding a family member. A new roommate is moving in or out. There is something that is shifting and changing for you here because this is your destiny. Your destiny is around your living situation right now or your family situation. And where you're releasing, letting go, where the South Node is, and this will be activated during the lunar eclipse, where the South Node is, where you're releasing, culminating, something coming to fruition, some new manifestation or something ending. That is your house of career. Some of you will retire. Some of you are starting a new career. Some of you are starting a new business. Some of you are closing down a business. You are realizing, I think a lot of you, that what you've been doing isn't working for you in some way, shape, or form. Obviously, that's different for everyone. But there is something that you have to change up. There's something that is not fulfilling for you anymore. And you will now, after you, most likely, especially if this eclipse is anywhere near any of your planets or points in the cardinal signs, you will most likely release something during this eclipse that has to do with career, legacy, fulfillment, your dharma, the direction that you feel your soul is guiding you, your calling. So let's see what the cards have to say for you, beautiful Capricorn. The wisdom for the cards for Capricorn is power. Take back your power. Even if there is lightning in your life, even if things are happening in unexpected ways, if something happens during this eclipse that you were not intending, this is going to activate your power. There is an activation of your power during Aries season and or during eclipse season. Like I said in part 1 of this video, we have not had the nodes of the moon here for 18 and a half years. Back to 2004 to 2006 is when we had the nodes of the moon here. So for a lot of you, especially if you have planets or points between 0 and 10 degrees of any of the cardinal signs, you will feel this powerful activation quite intensely. Capricorn, if you want to claim your power, if you want to claim that you are stepping into your power, claim it in the comments below. You will inspire all of us. Okay, Sagittarius. 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 Hi, beautiful Sag. Okay, Sag. My youngest daughter is Sag rising, so I always think of her too when we get to you guys. You, my beautiful Sag, you are having this activation of your North Node of Destiny, Aries season, the sun moving into Aries, the equinox, all of this happening for you, this portal in your 5th house of your inner child. Your inner child's full, authentic expression, your beautiful, brilliant self coming alive. This is the house of coming alive, pleasure and passion and comforts. Also, how you are with your children, if you have children or other children, anything going on in the lives of children who are close to you and your interactions with them, and or true love and romance. True love and romance. This is where you're getting this very much of where your soul is pulling you forward toward your destiny, which I love. And Sag, where there's an ending, a culmination, a full circle moment, a manifestation for some of you, but also where there's something you have to let go in this area of your life. And what it is for you is your friendships, your alliances, your groups and causes, There's something here that isn't holding juiciness for you anymore, that isn't holding fulfillment, or just isn't lighting you up like it may have once before. And South Node is not just what, you know, our bad habits and all of that. That's part of it, but it's not just that. It's also just what we have already sort of fulfilled. It's considered fate. It's considered where we sort of had it set up ahead of time as souls to let this go at a certain point, to not focus here. It's really saying like this is not holding the meaning for you that it used to. So that means that some of you will have a friendship end, some of you will, or step back. You know, sometimes friendships, they come and go in our lives. Or you will say, I'm done with a certain, putting time or energy into a certain group affiliation or a certain cause. It's long-term gains, hopes, wishes, and dreams. So you could feel like that it's the death of a dream. It's a dream. There's a dream maybe that you just no longer are valuing as much, and you're stepping into a new dream. And that new dream will be in those fifth house areas of children, creativity, hopes, wishes, and dreams. And I didn't say this, but because the North Node of Destiny is here, for those of you that want to have a baby, or you could be expecting a baby or a grandchild, that's very much possible in this fifth house area as well. Grandchildren are technically ninth house, but I've just had 2 grandchildren in the last couple of years, and those were during fifth house transits for me. So sometimes it shows up in the fifth house. So, okay, let's see what the cards have to say. Sag. Sag, what's your card? Your card is leadership. Ooh. This card is very galactic. This card is very Piscean to me, with the waviness in the clouds. And it reminds me of throat chakra. Are you using your voice to express your leadership? Leadership takes many forms. It does not have to be you standing up at a podium. It does not have to be you on stage. It does not have to be you teaching a class. It can come in a lot of different ways. It can be you modeling for your children, right? I mean, we are the leaders of our children's lives. Very, very important. We are the ones modeling and showing them the way. But what I love about this card, besides the very planetary galactic energies, which to me are saying, like, if you have any fears about stepping more into your power, to connect with the planets and ask for their support. But it also just this is like a mother bear to me, which is a protective energy. And this bear is sort of transparent, translucent. And to me, that is this soft animal of your body, as Mary Oliver says it. It's the soft protective energy, either protecting you or you being the mama or the papa bear, protecting what is most important to you, protecting your children or protecting your creative children, protecting what is most on your heart right now, beautiful Sag. So if this resonates for you, if you want to claim your leadership power in any shape or form, claim it in the comments below. Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear. Okay, Scorpio. Hello, beautiful Scorpio. Scorpio, you are going to experience Aries season, the sun in Aries, the equinox, and this beautiful portal of energy of the North Node pulling you forward. Where you are destined to put your energy is in your area of health and wellness, your daily schedules and routines. So what this tells me is many of you are getting a new job, or you're changing up your daily life in some way. You're improving it. You're making it better. You're improving your health. You are shifting an exercise pattern, or you're starting a whole new workout. You're starting to do yoga. You're very focused. The North Node is saying focus on your health and focus on your daily work. Focus on your habits. This is where you will feel most alive. This is where you will feel most energized. You're increasing your energy by changing things up in any of these areas. And some of you want more flexibility. Some of you have new values now. You have new post-2020 values that you are implementing now, that the North Node of Destiny is helping you to implement, so that you feel more in control of your life, more in control of your health, more in control of your everyday wellness and happiness. but you're releasing and culminating something, letting something go. You're letting go of a perhaps bad habit or just a way of thinking in your arena of the invisible realms. This is the subconscious mind. This is an amazing place to do releasing, Scorpio. A lot of you, I feel, around this time of Aries season and or the lunar eclipse, you are going to have an aha moment or epiphany or some sort of spiritual awakening. You could have it at night. You could have it in a dream. You could have it as you're just falling asleep or just waking up. Or you could have it like during a meditation, a visualization, some way that you go deep, 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 a daydream. Something is being rewired for you in your mind. You could be changing a narrative. You could be releasing a fantasy that you've had for a long time that you realize is not a healthy fantasy. It's not making you feel good about yourself or your life, Scorpio. Something you're releasing here, and you're opening to divine guidance. It feels to me like you're releasing a subconscious belief pattern perhaps, but then you're also opening up to the divine, and many of you could have a deep healing through your divine source, whatever that is for you, however you work with this energy. And I do have guided meditations for you that I will link in the description box below if you want to do a meditation. Beautiful time, especially, well, this whole month, really. If you watch part 1 of my video, which I encourage everyone to do because it is like part 1 of your reading, this whole month we're going to be letting go of and releasing. And the fact that we have a lunar eclipse, which is letting go and endings, the fact that we have that as our first eclipse really tells us that we are shedding a skin. We are letting go of a karmic soul cycle, which is really exciting, really exciting. So Scorpio, let's see what the cards have to say for you, Scorpios. Going forward, Scorpio. This card always reminds me of the yellow brick road. The path is lit. You are not doing it alone. It's a new dawn. It's full of green, which is heart healing energy. You're receiving a third eye, that indigo violet energy. You're receiving, some of you, a third eye activation. You're getting intuitive guidance. You don't have to know more than your next step, because your next step will take you to the next and the next and the next. And this third eye energy activation inspired guidance is taking you there. So this is really beautiful news, beautiful Scorpio. So if you want to claim that you are on your path and you are being divinely guided, claim it in the comments below. Let us know. We would love to hear. Okay, Libra. Libra, I have to take a breath. Hello, beautiful Libra. Hello. This is going to be a very big Aries season for you. We're having our first, oh my gosh. I hope you don't hear that. I'm going to try and edit it out of the video, but someone just really put on the brakes. It was really loud. Libra, is there an area of your life where you are putting on the brakes right now? I'll tell you what, this is an important Aries season for you. As I was saying before I got interrupted by the person slamming on their brakes, screeching, because that first lunar eclipse, as I speak about in part 1 of this video, go back and watch that if you haven't watched it yet, that's happening in your sign. And that is a lunar, full moon lunar eclipse is about releasing, letting go. So, but before we get to that, let's talk about where you're having the sun in Aries, this beautiful rebirth. You're experiencing a rebirth in your 7th house of partnerships. What does this mean? This is a brand new beginning. It means you are claiming your power within your relationships. For some of you, and you're birthing a new self here. So for some of you, this is going to be about setting new boundaries. For others of you, this is going to be getting full clarity on a partnership and the action that you need to take. This feels to me like an increase of confidence, courage, and boldness and power to take a step toward what you most desire in your 7th house of partnerships, Libra. And yes, some of you will let go of a partnership. Some of you, this is not going to be anything new to you. This is something that's probably been percolating for a long time. Go back to that October eclipse, solar eclipse that we had last October, 2023. That's when you would have gotten some sort of very clear sign, if nothing else, about your partnerships, most likely. Where you are releasing and letting go is your own identity, is a role that you play in a partnership, whether it is personal or professional. So this could be in a marriage or with an adult child or with a business partner. But there's something, it doesn't mean that you're saying goodbye necessarily to someone. It could be you're saying, I'm renegotiating our partnership. I'm renegotiating our role. And what is this coming from? It's coming from you having a new sense of who you are. It is an awakening and a rebirth of you, beautiful Libra. Some of you will change your appearance. Some of you will, your vitality may not be where you want it to be. And so you could be changing something up in a way in your health in order to have more vitality. But I really want you to think of this because this is a whole new life for you. Like I think with the South Node here in your first house of identity, you are releasing something about a condition, some conditioning that you had growing up or that was from a past life that you did because that's what was right for you at the time. You're releasing it. And I know people love to talk about Libras giving too much and overly pleasing and being overly accommodating. And that's because that is often what happens for any area of your chart where you have Libra. In Libra, we want energy. We want balance and harmony. We want to just feel good with other people. And that's why we have a tendency to overgive. But something about that is leaving you. Something about that, you've recognized it, you've seen it, Libra, and you're letting it go. So Libra, let's pull a card for you and see what the cards have to say. For beautiful Libra, your card is Truth. The winds of truth are blowing in. This could be a new truth you haven't seen before that is causing you to take action, or it could be truth that you have seen before, but the winds are kicking up now and you can't not take action on it. What I love about this card is that I see a heart in this tree. And so whatever this truth is, it's going to be important for your heart. It's going to be important for you to honor. This is a card of self-respect, self-honoring, and knowing that you're always anchored, that no matter how much the wind blows, no matter how much change is coming in your life right now, you are always anchored in love, beautiful Libra. If you want to claim your truth is your gold, Libra. If you want to claim your truth and the power of your truth and staying true to you, claim it in the comments below. Okay, Virgo. Hello, beautiful Virgo. Hi, Virgo. Virgo, you are experiencing the North Node of Destiny pulling you forward, a new beginning, a rebirth even, in your house of power and control, deep intimacy, emotional and physical, shared resources, time, money, and energy shared with partners. It's a partnership and a money house. This is a house that holds a lot of emotional charge for most of us because it's things and people and situations that we can be dependent on in a survival kind of way. They mean a lot to us. They anchor us in some way. And this is why we call it the house of power and control, because it's where our egos really want to hold on tightly, where we can feel more powerful. We feel more powerful if we have a gorgeous retirement fund, right? We feel more powerful if we have a beautiful partnership with an amazing sex life. Like we feel more powerful if we have, lots of clients. That's 8th house too. So this is where you are working and being asked to focus. This is where the sun is coming into your life in Aries. The sun in Aries, you've got this house, 8th house in Aries. However, where you're releasing and letting go of something is in your 2nd house of income. So that tells me that some of you could be ending a job or be let go from a job. Sorry to say that, but if that's true, then you're stepping into your power. It was not the right thing for you. And I know that if we lose a job temporarily we feel the loss. We have a grief process, but I've never known in all my years of coaching, and I've been coaching clients for over 20 years, I've never known anyone to not say that they're glad after the dust settles, after the emotions settle, they're really glad that that happened because they knew it wasn't the right place for them anyway. Second house is your material security, your sense of, I have everything I need. I have the comfort, the possessions, the home, the money. I have everything I need to live the way I want to live. That's where you're letting something go. And you could be letting go of an old value. You could be letting go of low self-esteem. You could be letting go of a certain income. All of this is because the South Node is saying it no longer fits you. It's no longer in alignment with your soul. So you're not letting go of anything that is in alignment with your new soul's trajectory. You're letting go of something that is not. And it could just be a way of being. It doesn't have to be a job itself. It could be the way you do a job. That's possible too. So let's pull a card for you, beautiful Virgo, and see what the cards have to say for your Aries season. Virgo, your card is love, Virgo. Love, love, love. So beautiful for the North Node in your 8th house of partnerships. Partnerships that have to do with deep intimacy. This is the 8th house. You're coming into a new love, whether it is a deepening of your partnership with a current partner, whether it is connections with your clients. It doesn't have to be, you know, romantic love. It can be platonic love. It can be commitment to other people. But what I love about this card is the wildness. To me, the flowers are very tropical looking. The sky is very blue. The colors are very intense. There's an intensity to this love. And you could be pulling in a new partnership. You could be pulling in a new relationship that feels very intense for you in a quite beautiful way. That's 8th house energy. There's an intensity to it. So this card beautifully matches the energy of the 8th house. This is where the North Node is guiding you, and this is also an increase of wealth for many of you. 8th house is our investments and our kind of extra wealth, so retirement funds and other kinds of investments that you might make. So this could be making you feel very proud of yourself, very self-loving, that you are creating this long-term security for yourself as well. So beautiful Virgo, if you want to claim the love or claim the new sense of security, whatever you want to claim, let us know in the comments below. Leo, hello, beautiful Leo. Leo, you're being pulled forward by the North Node of Destiny. Aries season is happening. The sun in Aries, the equinox, and this beautiful portal energy is happening in your 9th house of spirituality and expansion. Something is expanding for you. You are stepping into new horizons, whether it's through a learning program, it's through a new philosophy, a new spirituality, a new spiritual awakening. Something is happening for you here that's expanding you. And this could also be new scenery, can be you traveling to other cultures, learning new languages, something that is giving you new scenic vistas. You are seeing metaphorically or physically in your life, you're seeing new things, you're expanding, you're opening up. This is there's a rebirth here for you. There's a rebirth in any of these areas. So say yes to a new learning program. Say yes to anything that feels like it will be expansive for you, and it will raise your level of aliveness, because this is where we come more alive in the 9th house, where we dare to do something that is out of our comfort zone. We dare to expand. We dare to enlarge our life in some way. That's where you're moving toward. That's where you're headed. That's where the rebirth and the new beginning is happening. And where you are releasing, letting go, ending something is in your more local environment, your location where you are now, where you live, where you work, where you do all of your errands and work out. It's also your communication style. You could be changing something in your mindset, be changing the way you communicate, the way you write, the way you, it's your emails and you're presenting. And for those of you who are in the field, in a field that involves a lot of writing or speaking, you could be doing that in a different way, or leaving that behind, or changing that up in some way. Some of you, in a very mundane way, will sell a vehicle, or you will sell a device, or you will sell something to do with technology that you are maybe up-leveling. Maybe you're phasing something out that's electronic and bringing in a better technology. Pluto is in Aquarius after all. Or you could be stepping back from a relationship with a sibling or a neighbor or an aunt, uncle, or cousin, someone in your extended family. You could be stepping back. You could be healing it. You could be setting new boundaries in one of those relationships as well. You could be changing your neighborhood. Okay, Leo, let's pull a card for you and see what the cards have to say. Beautiful Leo. Your card is purification. What I want to say is let it go, let it go, let it flow. Purification is so perfectly in line with this Pisces, that so many planets in Pisces. Part one of this video will tell you how you can best work with all these energies. But you are becoming a bright, blooming sunflower. Your colors, your true colors, Leo, are coming out even more. And I see your true colors shining through. Beautiful Leo. They're coming out even more. This is you. So anything that dims your light, anything that is weighing you down, any baggage you can drop emotionally or otherwise, any clearing out of stuff. What's coming to me as I look at this card is like doing chakra clearing with colors, or however you do chakra clearing. That would be really good for some of you. Let your energy purify. Do a cleanse if you want to do a cleanse. Do something, the more time in nature that you can do. You are purifying something in your physical body, your emotional body, your auric field. You're clearing and purifying so that you can shine even more beautifully and brightly like this gorgeous sunflower. Beautiful Leo. If this resonates, let me know. I would love to hear. Cancer. Hello, beautiful Cancer. Cancer. I have my moon and my rising in Cancer. So Cancers, we are having this Aries season light up our 10th house of career. This is where you, beautiful Cancer, are having a rebirth, a brand new beginning. You are up leveling. The North Node is in Aries here. It has been for a while now, since last July. So you could have been putting a lot of focus in this area of your life. This is also your legacy, what you want to leave to future generations. Retirement for some of you, semi-retirement, but big picture, it is fulfillment and meaning. What is lighting you up? What's making you come alive? Where you want to spend your precious time and energy, where you want to devote much of your life force is probably being devoted here to this area of your life, to this area of purpose and career right now, Cancer. So with the sun coming here, that is going to give you a boost to your career. What you are releasing and letting go of is something around family, home, or childhood conditioning. So don't be surprised if you haven't been shedding layers, if you haven't been having those good cries that Cancers are so adept at, if you haven't been releasing an old self. Don't be surprised if that really comes up for you, especially during the first few weeks of the month of March. A lot of you will move. Raise your hand if you're thinking about moving. I would love to hear. I think a lot of Cancers are considering a move. Why? Because the South Node is here in the house of home. Now this is the metaphorical home too. It's not just your physical home. So you could just be rearranging furniture in your home. You could be, doesn't mean you're moving your house, but you could be thinking about like building a new house. You could be thinking about refurnishing, redecorating, or moving, or because it's your inner self, your roots and your belonging. At the very minimum, most Cancers I feel are, and let me know in the comments if this is true for you, you are thinking about where you would feel most rooted, where you would feel most of a sense of that didn't come out very well, Cancer. Where you would feel a deep sense of belonging. This is what your soul wants. What's most important right now is to know that your soul wants to feel acceptance and belonging. And of course, we can create this from within. The more we create it from within, the more we feel it outside of our life. As within, so without, as above, so below, all of that. But there's a lot probably stirring for you right now, Cancer. And when we have the lunar eclipse, it will be stirring for you. Something will most likely shift. So I already said quite a bit about that in part 1 of this video, and I will do a separate video for everyone on that lunar eclipse. But just know that this is where there's something releasing and letting go. And it's really beautiful because this means you're coming more into wholeness, Cancer. You're coming more into your own sense of inner security. So now let's see what the cards have to say. Let's see if the cards have anything to do with this, what we just spoke about, career or your inner home and security, Cancer. Focus. Okay. You may feel like you're going through a winter right now, or that you've gone through a winter, or that you still have another mountain to climb, and it may feel arduous. It may feel exhausting just looking up that mountain. But notice that the leopard is so elegant and is so elegantly, like if you ever, you know that feeling of putting fresh tracks in the snow? If you like to be in snow, some of you probably don't. I love like when the snow is so fresh and no one's walked on it yet and you get to walk on it and it's so pristine. There's something very pristine about this card. The pink in the clouds. It's very healing. It's very soothing. Even though it's snowing lightly. And I feel like what this card is saying, obviously it's saying focus very clearly. It's time to focus and focus on you and focus on your elegant leopard self, jaguar self, whatever. Like the part of you that brings something to life, to the world, Cancer, that no one else can bring. Your elegance. I'm trying to come up with the right word for it, but it's not coming, but it is like this. It's like your gold. It's your the word that most fits it to me most beautifully and accurately is elegance. There's something about you, Cancer, that allows you to move through your life, your career, your world in a way that others follow. Others want to follow you. And even if there's a snow, even if it feels cold, even if you feel like you're going through a harsh winter, you focusing on what is most important to you now is going to move you out of it into the sun. It's going to get you to the top of this Matterhorn. I was going to say, this is like the Matterhorn. It's going to get you to the top. And when you're up here, your life is going to be so, so different. So beautiful, Cancer. You're doing it. Claim your beauty, your elegance, your strength, your power, your ability to focus. Leave me a comment. Let me know if this resonates. I'd love to hear. Okay, Gemini. Hello, beautiful Gemini. Gemini, I have my natal sun in Gemini. And Gemini, where you're experiencing a rebirth, a brand new beginning, Aries season bringing you more alive. And you will really feel this because you're an air sign, and Aries is a fire sign, and Aries ignites you. You're going to feel ignited in your house of friendships and alliances and support systems. This is going to be really good for your support system. You may have new soul connections coming in, Gemini. This is where the North Node is for you. It's saying this is the time to gather your support around you like a cloak and let it enliven you. Let it bring you forward. Let it inspire you. You're not doing this alone. There's a new expansion for you. For some of you, this will be expansion of a social media platform. For others of you, this will be just feeling more supported or you being really excited by a specific cause, a humanitarian effort. New friendships, something that makes you feel like I found my tribe, I'm with my tribe, I'm not, if you've been feeling lonely, Gemini, I know that Saturn in Pisces is not easy for Geminis. I know it because I'm experiencing it too. With a stellium in Gemini, Saturn squaring all my stellium planets. Okay, I'm going to say it. It sucks. It doesn't feel good, and that's just been the first, 10 degrees, 9 degrees. So if all of your Gemini placements are after that, you may not have felt it yet. But I think a lot of Geminis have been going through it because of Saturn here. And I just want you to know that new alliances, new support, that is what you're being called to do. And get support, Gemini. If you're not doing that, if you're not reaching out for support, and for some of you that's professional support, if you're not reaching out for that and getting the support you need, please do it. It will really help you. Where you're ending, culminating, having something come to fruition, something is leaving, you're letting something go, that is your opposite house, the 5th house. So you could be having children leave the nest. You could have a love or romance ending, or you've been dating and you decide you don't want to date anymore. Or you've been doing online dating, maybe, and you're like, no, none of that anymore. No, thank you. You could be culminating a creative project. You could be culminating a love and romance. But really, the South Node here in the 5th house is saying a way of doing children, creativity, or romance. A way of doing that has to change. A habit, perhaps, in one of those areas. Maybe it's you not fully claiming your creative expression in a beautiful, big, spontaneous, being spontaneous, giving yourself the joy and the pleasure and the yummy things in life. Maybe it's the way that you're doing that hasn't been. You could be more expressive, perhaps, Gemini, like just giving yourself permission to be more openly your true self, or finishing a project, some of you. You could have a new karmic relationship come in during this time, a fated relationship, fated love. You know, karmic relationships get a bad rap, right? But the way I feel about it is, if a relationship feels right to us, whether it's karmic or not, and when I say karmic, I mean someone's coming into our life to help us. We are helping each other to grow on a soul level. Well, that's why our souls came here, is to grow, to evolve. So in my view, if we're saying yes to that and it feels right to us, then it's part of our soul's evolution. Okay, so you could have a full circle moment. Feel like a real healing is happening for you in love, romance, or to do with your creativity, or a creative project, or a child maybe going off to college, for example. So Gemini, let's see what the cards have to say for you. For your Aries season. Voyage. There's a child, there's the baby, there's the mama or papa whale and the baby whale that's tethered to this card. I love this card so much because this card is saying you're on a spiritual voyage. I get the feeling with this card and the fact that the South Node is in your 5th house, I get the feeling that some of you are going through something with a child. Leave me a comment if that's true and let me know. I'd love to hear. But if it's not that, it's your own inner child. It's reminding you, because in the 5th house, we want to be reminded. We need to be, I don't like that word need, but the 5th house is about reminding us to do our own inner child expression, freedom. If we don't give ourselves free rein to express, then our inner child will go on strike and we'll stop being inspired. Life will get dull. It will be lackluster. So this card, I feel, is saying, do your inner child healing work. And I do have a separate video for you on that I will link in the description box below. Reparenting yourself, it's inner child healing. And I feel that this card is saying, is a reminder that anything that's happened in your life that's been difficult has been part of your spiritual journey. We are all on a spiritual voyage. Keep that inner little one close to you. Tether that inner little young child within you. Tether that part of you to your heart. Put your arms around that part of you. Always know, always let that inner little one know that you love them unconditionally, that you will never, ever leave them. And that allows you to say yes to your own creativity, love with others, and everything else in life, beautiful Gemini. To say yes to that with more gusto, joie de vivre, and life force. So beautiful, Gemini, if you want to claim your aliveness, your life force, saying yes to your heart, fifth house is very much about the heart. If you want to claim this, claim it in the comments below. Taurus, hello, beautiful Taurus. Taurus, you are having a rebirth, a brand new beginning, your soul calling you forward further into your destiny, your dharma, your purpose in the 12th house of spiritual awakening. This is the house of regeneration and rebirth. This is the invisible realms, our divine connection, where we can really experience the richness of life through living with one foot in each world, this physical world and this invisible world, the world of the mystic. So many of you are becoming more and more identified with your mystical self, your mystical life, really enriching this aspect of life for yourself, which is really beautiful. You could be having much deeper dreams. You could be having spiritual awakening in any form. You could be doing lots of healing here, lots of cleansing and clearing, emotional release, astral travel, going through different portals, really finding yourself time traveling, or, just being in different worlds, in different realms. This could be a very exciting time for you. This is where the rebirth is happening. So it's a beautiful place to have the North Node transiting Taurus. Where you're having a release, a letting go, a clearing, a change, where the universe is wanting you to change things up, the South Node in Libra, that is in your house of daily habits, wellness, and work. Something is changing for you. You are putting yourself first in a new way. You are saying no to a toxic boss or work situation, or the way you have done work before is changing, and not just changing now, it has been changing. The South Node has been here since last July when we had the October solar eclipse in Libra. It was here, and now we're having the lunar eclipse here. So you could very well be changing some sort of addictive pattern. You could be eating differently, exercising differently, having different work hours, maybe not overworking if you overwork, not doing sugar or alcohol or some substance that's toxic to you. Some of you may be saying, I'm no longer going to have a job. I'm going to have a business instead. I'm going to be a business owner. You could be you could be getting a promotion, graduating to something that is more in alignment with your soul. This is all about soul alignment, following your dharma, which has most likely been jump-started by some sort of change or awakening that happened for you in the invisible realms, in 12th house matters. So let's shuffle the cards for you, beautiful Taurus, and see what the cards have to say for you for Aries season. The sun coming into Aries, these portals, the eclipse portal, lots of energetic shift and change. Enlightenment, yes, yes, yes. That's where the North Node is for you, the 12th house of enlightenment. And this is like deep, visceral experiences. This is not just philosophy and like beliefs and all of that. That's 9th house. This is 12th house. This is like your inner world. It's very alive for you. Your inner world is very much alive for you right now, and will become more so like that. And I love this card because this, to me, looks like a boat with a golden sail, and it's on a wave. Like this is a sailboat that's riding the waves of change. And even though it's like a little bit wobbly because it's in a storm, or at least it's riding a big wave, there's so much light. It's like, it's enlightened, it's protected. That's what I want to say. You are protected because you've got this golden sail and you've got all of this ethereal energy that's protecting you. And I feel like the message of this is, A, you could be receiving an epiphany or a realization or something that feels quite enlightening to you. But B, you are also very much protected in the ethereal world by your source, by your spiritual guides. You're very much protected. And there's so much beautiful movement in this card. There's so much intensity. Yes, it's quite intense, but it's like fairy dust. It's also very sparkly. and exciting. I really feel an excitement to this card. So Taurus, if you resonate with this, let me know. Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear. My beautiful friend, are you excited for Aries season? I'm so excited. I feel like this energy is so bright and bold and beautiful, and we're going to be stepping into our confidence. But we are also going to be doing some washing away, some letting go of our old conditioned self. So if you didn't watch part 1 of the video, make sure and watch it. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for giving it a thumbs up. Thank you for your comments. I love connecting with you, for sharing this video, for subscribing to my channel. When you subscribe, you send a message to the algorithm that really helps support my channel. It allows this video to go out to more people, so I am super grateful to you for your support. This has been a general reading of the astrology of March. We have so much life-changing energy coming in. Oh my goodness. What a beautiful time to get a personal astrology consultation. If you would like to know what transits are happening for you, how will this eclipse season affect you personally? What other transits may be going on for you, especially the ones that are challenging? When will they end, and how can you best work with the energies? I would love to support you. Go to my website, check out the testimonials that other people have shared who've worked with me before. We can do a life purpose reading, a heart's desire reading for something that's most important to you right now. Any questions that you want to bring to your reading about the various areas of your life, I am happy to answer for you. I love letting you know what I see in your natal chart, whether you've had a natal chart reading done before or not. I love giving you another astrologer's point of view. What I've noticed is clients always say, oh, I didn't know that before. No one's ever told me that before. And it's always my goal to empower you through the astrology. So go to my website, check out my offerings. I also offer coaching, clarity sessions, and deep dive soul alchemy coaching. You can check that out on my coaching page. Choose the consultation that feels best to you. Put in your time zone. You can book right on my website, and I look forward to meeting you on Zoom. As promised, I have a free gift for you. That free gift is a soothing guided meditation. Just go to my website, subscribe for my free inspirational astrology updates, the astrology between videos, and you will be able to download that free guided meditation instantly. Let me know how you're feeling about Aries season, my friend. What are you looking forward to? How are you feeling about this upcoming lunar eclipse in Libra? I would love to hear. And until my next video, I'm sending you all my love.